Right, it's recording now.
Unreal.
Right, it's the start of episode 3 of Visitor Parking.
Episode 3, here we go. Man, after last week's episode, we actually did so well. We got 100 plus views, almost 110 views in a week.
That's absolutely unreal.
Considering we didn't promote this at all, this is really good.
Yeah, we're pumped up now on these 100 views.
Yeah, absolutely riding a high on.
Like, only about 50 of them are us as well, so.
That's a solid 50 unique viewers right there.
Yeah, that's quality. Right, so we had some housekeeping to do.
Yeah, from last episode.
Yeah, so we're still didn't get to the intro sounds yet.
Yeah, we're
just lazy.
Been a bit busy, but we'll get on the intro sound. We promised before episode 5, so I think we're still within targets.
Yeah, so if we aim for next week,
and
only slightly miss that, then we'll get week 5.
Yeah, perfect.
Laughing plan. What else did we want to do?
We created social media accounts.
Right.
We haven't actually created them at
yeah,
this moment right here.
Let's not lie, but
but by the time you listen to this, we will have.
Yeah.
And they will be below the video.
So we're going to record this for the hour, make an Instagram and a Twitter.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to be real people for that. Like, there's no point in making a Facebook account. Oh, how good would a Snapchat be? But you need a phone for a Snapchat.
Yeah, we have to change. One of us would have to just switch for a week and.
My Snapchat's too funny for that.
Yeah, no, I need my Snapchat.
Absolutely.
But I think an Instagram is good because we do take a lot of photos. We have taken photos like as we record and stuff.
We can take more of today's one as well.
Yeah.
We could have got ones of us showering a few minutes ago now.
Oh yeah.
So we're just back from the gym, so we both just showered.
Yeah, we go to the gym.
It would have been. Yeah, we get to the gym. That would have been cute. Now the cheeky ones of us in the lip. Probably would have got thrown off Instagram first day. Gone.
Nips out. Gone.
Do you see that thing actually? We have a slight list of stuff that we want to talk about in a certain order.
Oh, we're gonna divulge.
But what are we? We're how long are we in? 1 minute, 2 minutes in, and I'm already gonna absolutely divulge on this weirdest thing ever. I was looking at this thing. Do you know you're talking about nips out getting thrown off Instagram?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know all those women that are on Instagram and they like show everything except like 2 nipple tassels and like a little like fucking
they put
hand over their fanny, and there's like they're 100% naked, leaving nothing to the imagination.
Yeah.
Hundreds of fucking millions of viewers of their followers, and no one gives a shit. Like, and then do you see what the game done? Did the rap?
No, I didn't see it.
He was putting up like dick selfies, but it was him cock. Joe in that not hard but not soft stage.
Yeah.
And
post sex.
Yeah, and he had it in like tighty whities, so you could see his whole dick, like, and he was taking pictures of that. And they were like Instagram got taken down to that, and he was like, "Man, my dick is way more covered than that one's paps. You just hate me. That's and he was going like, "That's sexist." He was just getting his dick out. Opinions.
Interesting.
It's 100% sexist.
I'm gonna go with Instagram shouldn't censor stuff like that at all in any way. And if the game wants to put up, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I heard
people should be able to put up whatever they want on Instagram. Instagram isn't family friendly, like.
Yes, definitely not. Not the kind of stuff I'm following anyway.
So I just think, in for a penny, in for a pound.
Absolutely. I heard about this on a different podcast. I was watching it, and the same was two guys talking.
Did you listen to the podcast, man?
I cheat.
You're cheating on it. Why don't you listen to yourself?
I did. Actually, I didn't give episode 2 a full listen yet.
Really?
It's our most successful thing, and it was widely said by our 4 friends that it was better than episode 1.
Yeah. Brian Coyle loves a bit of episode 2.
He was loving it. He's a cheeky
shout out to Brian. I know you're listening.
Yeah, you are.
Actually, I was talking to Brian there the other day, and he's walking past me. He looks over and he looked again. And he was like, "Fuck! I was just listening to your voice, man. It was real weird."
Oh, I got Katie with that as well. Katie, shout out to Katie.
Shout out to our biggest fan.
We're just gonna do this whole thing and shout out to our 7th fan.
Wouldn't take long.
We finished 15 minutes in. We're done.
That's it, Katie and Brian.
I think Mog listened to it. Shout out to Mog. And my mate Ross listened to it as well.
Ross, how you doing? Looking well?
What was I going to say?
I don't know, you're going to say something about Mark. Or Katie. Katie's.
Oh yeah, I left here right after we uploaded the podcast, because we uploaded them, then like messaged her straight away like, "Oh, they're up, listen to them." And I walked past her window and like knocked on and waved at her, and she just stared at me for a second. Didn't move, just stared at me for a minute, and I was like, "What's that?" And then she like sent me a Snapchat. I was just listening to your voice and got really confused. But back to my game thing, right?
Yeah.
The
game stick that you were staying at all week.
Yeah, all week. unmined. It's just like an anaconda flapping around in my head. It's massive. but the other podcast I was listening to, the man asked him his opinion on it as well, and he was like, yeah, they shouldn't censor or whatever. But if the game's putting up pictures like that, I don't want to be his friend.
Yeah, he should be able to put it up. But I'm not obligated to follow the game with his dick flopping about. You know.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't follow him before I heard about it. Followed him after.
Love some dick.
What he done was, for a Halloween one, he put him in like. Do you know when you wear like Fat Man pants?
Has he been doing this for a long time?
Yeah, it's been running since Halloween. But do you know when you have like Fat Man pants on and you have no boxers and the dick is giving it a bit too much swinging?
Yeah.
He was wearing like Nike basketball shorts.
Yeah.
And he had like it was. I don't think he put this up, but it was a picture of him like moving or whatever, and he moved a certain way, and the dick was like fully silhouetted on the pants. And he put up with a hashtag. It was like #fuck Halloween. You all scared of this dick? How good is that? That was hashtag of the year.
No. Was it fucking Kanye West got tweeted at by someone he used to ride, and she was like, you like fingers up your ass. #fingers in the booty ass bitch. One big hashtag, and it was in the middle of this big fight between Kanye and some other rapper, and then she just chimes in with this fingers in your booty ass bitch, and then he just stopped, like just instantly stopped, killed the fight in one fell swoop.
How wrecked would you be?
Well, I mean, especially when you're trying to be a hard man, and then someone's like, I put my fingers in your ass, just on Twitter, just like can't go anywhere from there.
Absolute 0 to wrecked in 2
seconds.
Like.
You just have to back down, like.
But how annoying would that be? Like, there's a certain level of like trust when you're like fucking someone, even if it's like a bit shit. And like, you talk about your specifics. Like, I can tell by your eyes you're into some weird shit. And if anyone that you've wrote is telling me any weird shit, I think you different.
I think you can tell more than. Actually, my family might listen to this. Anyway,
so don't confirm it. This is my opinion by what I have 100% know by your eyes. You can tell a lot by a man's eyes, and you're into some weird shit.
I can neither confirm nor deny such allegations.
So we're going to make an Instagram and a Twitter. And
let's back off the game's dick and my perversions. And
you're into some weird shit, man. I know it. What else we asked? Yeah, so we're gonna back.
Oh, I have something I need to ask for. Speaking of asking opinions and stuff.
Yeah, you go for it.
Do you know what ghosting is?
No.
Alright, ghosting is when you're
can't wait.
You start chatting with a girl and you get a certain way in, and maybe you've gone on a date, maybe you've gone on a couple dates, and then whoever is ghosting the other person decides then, nah, not worth any more of my time, I'm out, dips, just
no reason to see your phone, people like.
Not really responding, sees all your Snapchats, doesn't respond, just everything just dies away, and then within a couple of months you're gone. Because I may have done that to someone recently.
Yeah, I know people all the time.
But like, no, I was trying this one up, and she was like, "Oh, let's go on a date, whatever." And then
lose interest.
The day came, and I was like, "I don't want to go on this."
The day of the date. That's worse now. I thought it was just casual chatting, and you just dipped off. Like everyone knows that. I didn't stand some bitch up. That's absolutely horrible.
No,
You're gone.
It wasn't a stand up. I was like, we'll go in town, we'll get some drinks and some chat. And then it was like that morning, it was like 9 or 10 in the morning, she was like, alright, what's the plan? What time are we meeting up later? And then I made up some bullshit story and just.
Well, that's not as bad. If you make up a bullshit story and then dip, that's not bad. But if she goes like, oh, what time are we meeting up at? Seen by Jake Dorn. Nothing. You're a cunt. Or if you just arrange to meet up and don't tell her you're not coming and she comes.
No, that's
means stood up. That must be the worst feeling in the world.
I've never been stood up.
I've never been stood up, but
I can imagine it'd be off. I don't go on any dates, so I don't know when I would have been stood up. I think I knew this about you at one point, and it's weird that you've never been on a date. I mean, a date doesn't have to be like, will you go on a date with me? I'm talking like you could just be like, here, I don't really know you, but do you want to go and like get coffee or something, or like go to the cinema or something like that?
Man, have you listened to any of these podcasts? Do you hear the shit I talk? I can't talk that to strangers.
I bet you put on this complete facade when you're meeting.
Yeah, but think about it, like we know each other, what, 4 years?
Yeah.
Barely spoke for 2 years of that, as I was like, just kind of creeping around. Then I got to know you, and the crazy comes out. Like,
we met day one.
Day one.
Like, I don't think we've talked about this, but we met day one. We were put in like the same group on, like, they put you in
group
like,
of 7.
Yeah, they put in like ice breaking groups or whatever. Like, very start of college, we were put in the same group. Both saw each other. Nod.
I can't believe we never told our meeting story.
And we after that, like, Cloons, you went. I thought Cloons was real cool, and then you were like, "Oh, I have to go to a devs. I'm gonna dip." Anyway, later, guys, and I was like, "Man, that guy's so cool." And then didn't talk to you until end of second year.
I'd say
middle of second year, something like that.
Twice in about 2 years.
And then D-Rod met you when. Our friend.
I met David first, and it was through him I talked to you and like Sarah.
Yeah, but you say that, but in the middle of it started second year or something.
It was the summer going into third year. I met David.
I don't know. It must have been summer going to second year.
I don't know. Well, what's the story anyway?
Because Dave anyway was like, you say you met him first, but he was like, we just come out of a class and we like said something to you like. Bit more conversational than just how are you. We said something homework or something, and then we left, and then he goes, "What's that lad's name? Seen him around a lot lately." And I was like, "He's been there years since day one, man. His name's Sean, I think." And he's like, "Sean," and then like about half an hour later we see another class. He's like, "Sean," and then he made like gave you those eyes. He was like, and then you were like, "How are you?" And he was like, "Yes, name right," and then we were both just like, "Got it now, Sean."
I remembered everyone's name first day, so I knew your name straight away.
But we just didn't say that.
No, but with the thing with David was, I actually never recognised David from any of our classes. Like, the same way he never noticed me, I never noticed him just as much. But
weird.
Which is so weird, because he's 6'8", in a crowd of midgets, and he's like one of the most recognisable people ever. But like, I 100% never recognised him until like, it was probably that day you said, well, I was like, oh, I remember noticing one day, and I was like, oh, that fella's big. I was like, who's that? But I thought the same. But
he's so loud.
There's people in this year, so we're 4 years into the degree. I was like, who's that guy? And he's like, he's literally been in our class 4 years, and there's 20 people in our class. How have you not seen that bloke before? I was like,
there are some people that knock about. I'm like, I see him.
There's some kind of ghost people that aren't about that. I used to do that because I used to just go to college for the bare minimum and go home.
Yeah.
Because I just didn't really know anyone, and I'm not super outgoing. I'm not you.
You're not just gonna go chat people on the street.
As I said, I literally knew you for 2 years before I was even saying anything. And I actually remember one day we started chatting about something stupid, and you were like showing stuff on your laptop, and like when we like barely knew each other, 'cause you had like mutual friends, something we were chatting about. I remember like leaving that, and I was like, that Jake fella sound. Knew him like 2 years. I was like, that fella sound.
Haven't talked to him, but now that I have.
But I remember.
That can happen with years actually.
Yeah.
I knew you around. Knew you were nice enough. Like never like causing hassle around, and then just never bothered to.
Yeah, then we like chatted like once, and then just like sucking each other off since.
Pretty much.
I think that sums up pretty well.
It's like out of nowhere, just like.
It went from like nothing to like to friends, like. But like put out of nowhere. Now we were like friends, but hanging around college for ages. Then that time we went into Workman's.
Oh yes.
And then it went from like friends to absolute squad.
Squad for life.
Oh, absolute.
We're doing hand gestures and like putting our arms up. We're doing a podcast.
See, it was uncoordinated hand gestures, so we both done different hand gestures, and it made no sense.
We're both like Usain Bolt over here.
Yeah, Jake done a Usain Bolt. I done like an Illuminati confirmed. Made absolutely no sense.
Squad. Illuminati confirmed.
Yeah. So, but that night in Workman's.
Absolute top level friendship there. From that.
Jake got. Oh no, it was just such a class time. Right. So what else did I say? Talk about? Well, hang on. How did we get onto that?
I have no idea, man. I think.
I listened back to a bit of episode 2, and Joey, you were like, as I'm listening to it, I'm just listening to. I've already know the conversation, so I know where it's going to go. So I'm more listening to like how we talk together and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Like you talk really clear, and like everything you say has a point kind of. It's really like you're so proper on it. Where I'm kind of like the sound level is dipping out. Like some words I can't understand, and it's literally my voice, and I can't even understand it. But all this kind of stuff. And a load of the times I start sentences, don't finish them, and I know it's so bad. I know what I mean, but it's just like people don't know what I'm saying at all. What was I gonna say again? No, hang on. That's gonna be funnier now when I finish what I was actually gonna say. Is about 3 or 4 times I forgot what I was saying and just dipped out. And I was just, like, I'm just chatting away, and because what happens is, let's say we're talking, and then I think of something. I'm like, right, I don't want to interrupt this point. I'll say this point in a minute. And then we get to like the end of that point, and I have the point that I wanted to bring up a minute ago. I'm going to bring it up now, completely forget that point, and then just stare for a minute and think, and there's nothing happening, dead air, and I'm like,
See, Clooney, for those of you that don't know him, which is none of you, you all know him, Clooney has currently undiagnosed ADD, right? He hasn't gone to a medical professional, but it's so clear he has it. It's just not even questioned anymore. So he'll think of a point, get distracted inside his own brain, then stare off into space for a minute thinking about like fucking what colour the trees are or something, like anything. And then he'll zone back in and be like, what's that talking about? Mid his own sentence.
For like whenever you meet any new people as well and you do that, it sounds so rude. But it's like it's not impersonal, like I'm not, your conversation just didn't interest me enough that time. And then when I'm like talking to women, it's just like, oh yeah, really, really interested, and just like staring at them, but just staring behind them like
And then they're like, so what do you think? And you're just like, what?
Yeah, I love puppies too. It's just like just like any old shit.
Okay, so I meant to tell you about this RA thing, right? Like I know I've chatted some scandal about RAs in the past,
but to preface this story as well, is we were in the library doing work the other day, and Jake, we just talked this exact same shit throughout the week.
Yeah.
And Jake was like, "Oh, I'm gonna tell you this story about the RA," and then he stopped himself for a minute, just looked in space and went, "I'll save it for the podcast."
Yeah. So
and everyone sitting around the table was like, "Oh no, tell us," and we're like, "Nah, man, tune in."
Tune in to find out.
Yeah.
Because I got really excited for a second. I was about to tell this massive story, and then just saved it. So, okay.
Shoot.
So they recently replaced some of the staff in the main office with these new guys. Like they just got 4 new people. They have them there overnight, so they're like 12 midnight or 8 p.m. all the way through to 8 in the morning. So they're overnight staff, and they're all real weird because they were taking off like. They're like back to work schemes almost. Like they were kind of on the dole, like getting a bit of free money, and they just hadn't really. One of them is 32, who's never had a job in her life, and this is her first job. So they don't know how to act in a job.
There's 2 kind of people that are 32 and never have a job. There's someone that's like it's usually different ends of the social spectrum.
Yeah.
Which end is she at? Is she at that never wanted to work, has a couple of kids, and just kind of wanted to get like a coast benefits kind of thing? Or is she the daddy paid in my life?
She's just a bit weird and live with her parents, like.
Daddy paid in my life, then, right? Yeah.
Pretty much, but not that. I don't think her father's really well to her. I just think she moved.
No, she just was
weird. But anyway, so they're all a bit weird in their own way. Actually, one of them his name's Alan, right? You'll never hear this. It's not real.
What about? We had to bleep a name last week.
Alright.
You guys were dropping names.
Alright.
Well, we said Alan like 3 times now, so we're not bleeping 3 times. Alan can get fucked. We're talking about Alan now. Go for it.
Alright, so back to Alan. They do lockouts, right? So people come back from nights out and they let them back in the apartment. And there's been several cases where residents come back to the ORAs and they're like, he asked me these weird questions while we were walking back. So he gets someone and they come in and he's like, oh yeah, I'll let you in, no bother. And I walks him over to Belgrade or something. And he's walking him over and he's like, so are you going to shower when you get home?
I was expecting like, yeah, what course are you doing? Did you have a good night? Where'd you go?
That's a normal question. Yeah. Are you going to shower when you get... It's 3 a.m. and he's letting them into their gap. Are you the only one at home now?
Oh.
What are you going to do after you let you in?
That's a bit rapey.
And then we obviously all exaggerated the questions and we were just like, like, do you touch yourself in the shower? Do you wear lotion? Does anyone know you're with me right now? Like all this creepy shit. But he's not the weirdest one, right?
Ah, come on. You can literally have a rapist and he's not the weirdest
He's borderline rapist. And this one is the weirdest, right?
I'm going to speculate and say pass the water then.
She has not raped anyone. Oh, Alan. Oh, no.
Yeah, Alan's a rapist, yeah. Fuck you, Alan.
First you didn't believe his name and now you called him a rapist.
The fuck's Alan gonna do?
That is pure slander. Alan is a rapist, everyone.
Can you slander people that are in jail? Because Alan's getting arrested. Because Alan's a fucking rapist. We should title this episode Alan's a fucking rapist.
Views through the roof.
We're convinced we got 100 views last time because it was called turtle porn. And there's 100 weirdos googled fucking turtle porn.
They're like, turtle porn, latest video is what we got.
I go.
But
Alan's not the weirdest.
no, absolutely not the weirdest. So there's another one. Will I give her a fake name or will I say her real name?
Roll that.
Her name's Sinead and she's a fucking creep. Alright? So okay, he's pointing at me.
I was eating a biscuit there, sorry. So when I said like, yeah, give her a fake name or a real name, whatever you want, you give her like a real generic name, so it could be hers or not. I know you would never make up the name Sinead. So her name is 100% Sinead. That's no way a fake name. Her name's Sinead for all the listeners. So we've Alan and Sinead.
That's speculation.
Like over.
So she's taken this weird shine to two of the lads, right?
Yeah, she is.
Two of the lads are now being almost borderline stalked by this woman, right?
Oh, class.
She really heavily implored them to add her on WhatsApp. So she like forced her way into their WhatsApps, and they're added on Facebook and everything, and they're just like, she's constantly sending them messages and all this stuff. And now she got braces off.
How old is she?
She's 32. She got braces.
She's the one who never job.
Yeah.
Alright.
She got braces off shortly after she started, right? And she had a picture up of her without her braces, and she goes to your man. They're sitting in the office, and she goes, "Oh, I got my braces off there. Did you see the picture?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, I saw it on Facebook there because he added me there." And she goes, "Oh, did you wank off to that so?" And he was just like, "Oh, what?" And then she went on to tell him how she recently broke up with her boyfriend and thus has been fingering herself a lot lately. And then the other day she was showing one of the lads her tattoo, tramp stamp, and she thought it'd be class to just pull all of her clothes all the way off to her, show her ass, to show this tattoo. And she's basically like just coming on so heavy onto these lads, like inappropriately heavy. Like she's 32 and they're 20 something, and she's like showing her ass and like telling them about fucking, quote, fingering the bollocks off herself. Man.
Okay. Did they fuck her?
Oh God no, she's like twice the size of an average human, and she's despicable.
Oh no, in my head she's deadly.
No man, Sinead is the big fat ginger woman.
Oh, tell the story again now that I know that, and I'm going to be more disgusted. In my head she's deadly and she's dropping pans here. No, because in my head...
You were picturing the one from Dirty Grandpa being like super full.
That's what I'm on, and I'm like, if this was videoed and you would video my face, I'm like, man, this sounds unreal. Oh, the fat ginger one dropping tray out, holding a finger in the box of herself. That's rotten. That's weird, isn't it? That like, that they done the same thing.
Just because she was attractive in your head.
Yeah, it attracted my head.
That's pretty interesting.
Like, it attracted my head. I'm like, yes, absolutely. That sounds like a great day out.
Like,
and then the other one, I'm like, arrest her.
I was trying to horrify you, and you were just there like, what?
Yeah, because in your head you know what this one looks like. Oh, I wish we could have got the actual reaction where you would have started with, she's a fat ginger, and then ran through and I would have been like, oh my god, this horrible creature. Put your pants up, woman. Get a job.
Fingering the box off myself.
Because why she was deadly in my head is, you said like 32, never had a job, got braces. So in my head she's like, there's something like Legally Blonde or something like that, and she's like, oh my god, daddy pays my money, I got braces. No, she's not that at all, is she?
No, she's... she makes real weird jokes and stuff as well. She's just real weird.
Did you wank off to that kind of weird joke?
That is a fucking weird joke, man.
They'll probably still fuck her, won't they?
I fucking hope not. Alright, this is a good time. We're going to take a break, and we have a sponsor again for this show. We have yet another sponsor.
The weekly plug for the one and only
Voice Record Pro. Oh, cannot beat Voice Record Pro.
Like, when I used it the first time, we were like, yeah, it's quality, whatever. And then we plugged it again the second time, we were like, right, now that we've got to use it more, we found out how good it actually was. But I've used it so much again this week, and it's even better. Like, I managed to change all the names, change all the formats because I changed the format from the last episode quicker than your laptop did on this.
Voice Record Pro, you gem.
It's like it's just getting better by the day, and then upload it straight to the Dropbox because we have our Dropbox. We're professional, and then absolutely laugh.
Man, Voice Record Pro could not have made a better app. I'd say they're actually not even fixing it anymore because it's already perfect.
Yeah, and like we were saying, I think we have a total of about 200 views for all the videos.
I'd say so.
So we're gonna assume that they don't know that like 100 of them are us and 87 of them are just our mates.
Yeah.
So they've over 200 people that we have flogged this app to.
Yeah.
That's gonna be more than any good review on fucking Google or something like that. Like,
yeah,
we have a quality audience here now, and we should be paid appropriately for plugging their product.
Guys, go out right now and buy for free Voice Record Pro for your iPhone and maybe Android. I don't know. Did we check? That?
Nah, fuck it. But it's one app, yeah. Get an iPhone and then download it.
Apple, sponsor us.
I went for an interview this week. To work in a phone company and I work for media in Ireland and sell phones. So I was like, they sent me out all these stuff that I had to like learn off for the interview. Mm-hmm. Obviously didn't do any of it. Just tried to wing it.
It's like studying. Why would you do that?
Yeah, but I tried to wing it. But I had to flick through on the bus on the way in about like some of the specs of phones. And when I was looking at them, like, iPhone don't have much better specs than any other type, and they're like twice the price. They're such a rip off. I was looking at like. There was one because we had to learn like off the fucking sales plans and stuff like that. There's like one plan, it's like you fork out 600 quid for an iPhone, cash and cloth, like just there you go, 600 quid. And 65 quid a month for 2-year contract.
Oh, so much money.
Like you get like unlimited fucking texts and calls and all this kind of shit.
Are you sure it's not a free phone if you pay 65 quid a month?
Man, I looked at each of the plans. If you can get there's like 5 or 6 brackets. You could pay 800 quid for the phone and pay 30 quid a month for 2 years, and you get like 100 minutes or something like that.
No, you don't get the full unlimited.
Then you get like unlimited text, unlimited calls, and 10 gig of data, I think.
If you pay 65.
For 65 quid a month.
That's so much money.
For 2 years. But like that one was 800 quid for the phone, this one was 600 quid for the phone. So you get like 200 quid off for getting this big plan.
I know you know people.
600 quid.
I know people, and I know you know people who they're just like, they're just well off, and like their parents buy them a phone, and they buy them a new iPhone, and they pay all their. There's definitely.
They lock them into a contract. And
imagine your parents forking out. My parents would never even dream of paying 600 quid for me to get a phone and 65 quid a month. They'd actually rather shoot me dead. Like,
that's so mad, man.
That's a lot of money, man.
But when you really look at it, like I did, like I had to kind of like study that thing for that interview. You don't really think about it. Like when let's say you're talking to your mate and they have the phone out and they're like, parents pay for that or whatever, and you see him always on it, you're like, they're probably on that unlimited plan or whatever. Yeah. How much money has gone into that thing? And then, what annoys me so much is when people have unbelievable phones and just don't take care of it, drop them and shit, and they're like, I should drop my phone. If I drop my phone, it's going to be tears and like.
He's selling kidneys and stuff to try.
Absolutely. I've like fancy cover on that thing and everything. My cover on my phone says Stun Hun on the back of it. Which is
we'll include a picture.
We'll include a picture. So Stun Hun is from Dublin Hun. It's this, I think it's like a Facebook and Twitter page and stuff like that. It's so funny. It's this woman, Aoife Dooley, I think her name is. It says in the back of the phone. Hang on, I'll pick it up and check. Yeah, Aoife Dooley. And she comes up with all it's like this funny page, hilarious. But someone bought me a present of a phone cover that they have on it, but it just says Stun Hun on it. So it's really weird that I've like a man have one of these Stun Hun things. And I teach a first year lab. I was teaching it, and I was taking a Snapchat of the students when they weren't looking. Like sending it to someone like, haha, look at these dopes. But I realised that I'm just pointing at them when I think it just says Stun Hun. And like I'm up the top of this class, just pointing at these kids with this Stun Hun thing, going, haha, idiots. Taking snaps.
If you like a Stun Hun for our foreign listeners who do not know what the stun hun is, a stun hun is someone who wears like real long, like twice as long as their normal nails, and they're real bright neon colours, and they get their hair so that it's real tall.
It's called a hun bun.
Yeah, hun bun, and they're dolled up in like this real tight dress that's also real flare.
That's
like,
it. I don't know.
right.
Usually they're dolled up in a really tight pink tracksuit top.
Yeah.
Some like tracksuit pants.
Juicy on the ass.
Juicy on the ass. Ugg boots.
Yeah, stun hun. And Clooney is just like bearded, black hair, boots, skinny jeans. The literal opposite of a stun hun.
But to be fair, I'm probably the male stun. I literally have a male tramp stamp.
You do. That's right by the penis, for those of you who don't know.
Yeah, my tattoo is very close to my...
What is this thing you were looking at on Twitter that you made me download Twitter?
I made Jake download Twitter and look on this fella's page because I wanted it primed and ready to drop this absolute gem of a story. Right, do you know who Adam Johnson is?
I do not.
Right, Adam Johnson is a footballer who plays for used to play for Sunderland. He was sacked like 4 days ago. He got the chop because he was alleged to have sex with a 15-year-old girl. Mm-hmm. Not a very funny start.
I do know Adam Johnson. I've heard this.
Right, everyone has heard this. But did you hear the step by step of the court?
No.
One fella live tweeted the courtroom.
Yes.
And it's the funniest thing ever because they read out because they seized all his phone and computer and shit like that. Mm-hmm. But so when it came out that he had sex at 15 and he was being investigated for it, the story came out that he met her in a nightclub.
Yeah.
And obviously because the bouncers on the door, you're assuming everyone in there is of legal age. Mm-hmm. He went home, boned her or whatever, and then she tried to get money out of him and bring him to court and shit like that. Mm-hmm. And everyone was like, "Oh, poor Adam Johnson." Absolutely no hand at all. I'm gonna just read out this. This is just really weird because I'm just gonna read out on this podcast, but it's gonna be so worth it because this is the funniest thing ever. So your woman brought him to court and says, "You're right. Jury of 8 women and 4 men sworn in to try footballer Adam Johnson on 2 child sex charges." First thing. Adam Johnson sits down with hands folded, and his girlfriend is there in the gallery with Johnson's father. Right, he's decided he acted in a way that he knew was both morally and legally wrong, knowing that she was underage. The girl was the Sunderland season ticket holder. Johnson was her favourite player, and she waited after games for photos with him. So she used to hang around after the match trying to get photos with him. He had to got to know her. She had an enormous crush on him. He was her hero. She sent Adam Johnson a Facebook request. He accepted her and then messaged her asking for her mobile number.
Oh,
bad start.
What a creep.
Right. So they started talking on WhatsApp. Johnson asked her to delete all contact between them. So like the messages that they sent him between each other, because he was obviously going, hang on, this is a bit dodge. He has a girlfriend with a kid, so that he's long-term relationship, whatever. But she's there delighted. She's probably telling all her fucking girlfriends that she's chatting up Adam Johnson. Johnson texts her, are you in the last year of school? And the girl's like, yeah, year 10. Will you send me a signed shirt? So it's like, it's so dodge already. Johnson then asked her, when are you 16? And she's like, this is on New Year's Eve 2014. And she said November. So she's just gone 15.
Oh, that's so bad.
Right?
Oh man.
Johnson asked her, where do you go out? The girl's like, I'm 15, I'm not old enough to go out. And Johnson's like, yeah, but you look old enough.
Good God.
So they met up.
He just admitted fully he knows that's a 15-year-old.
Oh, but he denied that he knew, right? But wait when it comes out, it gets so much better. Because they're reading out his text, and I'm going to read out his Geordie accent because for comic gold. I can't do accents, so it's going to be terrible.
Go on.
So they arranged to meet up with her signed Sunderland jersey. Mm-hmm. And she said, yeah, I'll meet up in the afternoon. I'm having a lie-in on my last day off school.
Oh. It hurts.
Johnson texted her to ask if she'll sit in his car for a bit. Though you might be a bit too shy to sit in, he said. She said she wasn't forward. Then Johnson replied, right, you're not forward. You're going to be forward with me.
Oh my God.
Asking about meeting up, Johnson was like, yeah, defo, but it'll have to be dark. They then 18 days later, met 18 days after they began texting, they met up behind a Chinese takeaway in Durham. Which is funny.
So fucking awful.
Right.
What is going on?
She got in the car, they talked football, and he gave her the thing. The whole meeting lasted 15 minutes, and he dropped her off to meet a friend. Then he texted her. She texted her saying thanks for the shirt, and he texted back, no problems, you owe me, lol.
Oh, no.
He keeps saying lol, and it's the funniest thing ever. But,
No.
and then he would text her back, I thought I would have got a thank you kiss for the shirt. No reply, I never. And then the girl texted Johnson saying that she still needed to say thank you for the shirt. And he replied that he was looking forward to it. And he said, am I only getting a kiss? Question mark. He's like, depends on what you're after. The girl said, depends on what you're up for. A little bit more than a kiss. Fully knows she just turned 15.
This lad has to go away for so long.
So right, they met up again behind the same takeaway. Sexual activity took place, the prosecution say.
She gave him a blowy behind the Chinese takeaway.
I don't think so, because let me hear it.
Okay.
Johnson then texted her saying, wasn't bad, was it? Lol. So he obviously done some shit to her.
Fucking Christ.
Then Johnson went on to say, my friend sent me just this tweet and said, get on this fella, he's live tweeting Adam Johnson. So I was like, oh my god, right. Johnson texted her, was class. Just wanted to get your jeans off, lol. And then your woman goes, next time, haha. And then he was like, only last 10 seconds though, lol. What a fucking weirdo.
This guy is so fucking creepy, man.
Right, then she got Johnson to download Snapchat and they started taking naughty snaps. And then 3 days after the sexual activity took place, he googled legal age of consent in Britain. Just flat out cooking, because like
this guy is such a moron.
Oh, he's a big like all footballers are simple out.
He's simple. He's a fucking creep. He needs to go to prison for ages.
But then your woman, like they said, your woman was distraught, and then she went to the police, and all this kind of took place, and that he was like, "Oh, I didn't know what happened or whatever that." And then like everyone was on his side, going, "Ah, they met in the nightclub and all this." And then you read this, and you're like, "Well, you're obviously insane and such a prick." So he got sacked from the club now, and he's 100% getting prosecuted. Like.
Good. Man, like, all that said, him being a creep and all, it'd be very, I'd be pretty damn upset if any, like, sex or anything, not even full sex, even flirty texts that I sent to people, if any of them got out, and, like, them read out in any sort of serious setting, you sound weird.
That's in my head sometimes. And I like never text women. I never talk to them on the phone. And like, I don't talk to anyone on Tinder or anything like that. Because I'm always thinking, this is so cringy. And like, I have read you talking on Tinder, and in my head I'm like, like the women are having loads of it, and it's all working out great. You're doing exactly what you want. But as I'm looking at it, I'm going, lol, stay to him.
Because you're thinking of it in the wrong context.
Yeah, I'm thinking that if you just randomly said this stuff to me, I would mug you off so much.
Yeah, but it's different.
It's so different, but in my head, I'm just thinking like that.
When you're...
Because I only know you innate, like, you've never tried to chat me up. Well. You know.
Well, do you ever go, like, have you ever chatted a woman up in a nightclub?
Not really.
Have you ever chatted a lad up in a nightclub?
Not really. Nah, a little bit, yeah, but go for it.
But like, I'm just curious what you're like, do you cringe in real life, so you just don't say anything and just walk away?
Yeah, kinda. I usually just stand in a place. I just stand there. If someone comes over and talks to me, I'll be friendly. But I've never actually like made a move. Like.
But like, okay, there's a full spectrum, right? Of like, full on creepy, like real forward, and just like having a chat. And some lads try all in between. And you'll get different ranges of women, I think, if you're successful in different parts of the range. But I think you can easily just go and chat to someone in a nightclub, a girl in a nightclub, just totally, just not even trying to get to them, just like, what story, how you getting on, have a good night and all. And then you can go from there and see, like, but you start getting on. You're
like naturally friendly, like you can do that really, like, so easy. And like I've seen it in nightclubs, like, me and Jake go out, even if it's just like the two of us. A few minutes in, I'll like go for a piss stop and I come back and Jake will be chatting to like 10 people and I'm like, how the fuck did you do that? And we actually need to go out, just me and you, soon, because anytime that we've done that and like if Jake was getting any way with a sniff with a girl, when it's the two of us start talking, it's absolutely like the deal is done every time. I was thinking about this the other day because what I think it is when women see me talking to you and looking at you with absolute like hungry eyes and I'm like going like he's the best thing ever, and I'm like feeling him up and shit, and they're like, man, if he's into it I think I can be into it, and then I like walk away and Jake seals the deal, job done. Absolutely. It's happened before, it'll happen again.
I think you just tell people behind my back or paid him or something. You're just like, no, seriously, look, he's just out of hospital and he's just like, his dad just died, he's in a real bad way. Just
I think we have like
sob stories.
Me and you talking to one girl, we got like 100% record.
I think we actually we actually might.
I'm pretty sure if I calculate correctly we have 100% record. They had to just see that, like, because I probably talk more when it's just two of us and someone like that.
Yeah, you go from real quiet to the chat loads.
Yeah, it's the same with all the time. It's the same like when I was talking to you, we didn't talk for 2 years, now we can't even just shut up. So I just leave all the crazy on one go. Yeah. But I like spread a bit of the crazy on some young one. But it's all directed, and I'm like, Jake, remember that time you were class? And all this kind of, I'm like, hitting this up. I'm actually got a killer wingman for you. All day. Hit that.
Boom. That was probably an audible fist bump.
Yeah, it was.
Nice. But do you want a segue, or are you gonna big me up some more?
No, I think we're sufficiently big up. I wouldn't say our audience is many women as well.
Yeah.
So even like the 30 people that are possibly listening, we'll say 15 of them are people that randomly stumbled onto it and turned off within a minute.
Yeah.
And then we'll say there's probably 15. I'm going to give us 15 people that listen to the whole of them, at least one of them.
Okay.
I'm going to give 14 of them women, 14 of them men, and Katie.
Yeah.
No, Alina actually. Alina listened to him.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Alright. So yeah.
Shout out to Alina.
Shout out to Alina, who's married, and Katie, who's married. So.
Oh, speaking of Katie, I need to tell you about her roommates, because I met someone on yesterday.
So now we're telling stories specific to one listener. So she's gonna be like, listen to this, going, this is class, and everyone like the Brians of this world, and Jerry, we didn't give Jerry a shout out yet.
Oh, Jerry, we have not forgot about Jerry.
Yeah, just go big time now, Jerry. You were with us from the start, man.
Yeah, you're our number one.
When we eventually make t-shirts, we'll send you more free.
So this may sound specific to Katie, but these roommates they're insane.
You said one of them's unreal, did you? No, it's one of Jess's roommates is unreal.
One of Jess's roommates is unreal.
Is it Matt?
If Jess's roommate is listening, I'm single. Anyway,
he is.
And you're really pretty. Anyway, now
you are.
So we were sitting in Katie's apartment the other night, and it was me, Katie, and John, and I was making some coffee and all. And then two of these Americans walk in, and they're classic Americans. They're all like bubbly and stuff.
Shout out to John Foley.
John Foley, get on this.
Brother of stop.
So two of them walk in and they're like bubbly normal Americans, and you're kind of like, ah yeah, alright. And then one of them walks in like has all her bags, she's just back from London, and she's like, oh my god. and she's literally like all these hand gestures and stuff, and she's like waiting for everyone in the room to listen to her.
So she's a bag of shit.
She's absolute drama queen. She's like, oh, like, you will not believe, right? And she goes in this big story. She's like, so I came back into this hostel and I didn't know where my friends were, and I was shining my torch around this hostel, and I saw this guy and he was in bed, and I was like, oh my god, because he kind of looked like Voldemort. So anyway, I went around and I got all my stuff.
Was it John Joe Shelley?
And then I went out, and then I came back and the guys were still there, and the story took her like 10-15 minutes.
Why is it so weird this fella in the hostel?
There is nothing weird about that.
Oh.
But she took 15 minutes to tell the story, and she was just like, oh my god, and she just was pacing.
I wish this was on video, because Jake's doing some amazing hand gestures here.
She stood up and she was like, I'll give you a visual reference. So he was here in bed and I walked over and I saw him. We were all just like, oh my god, that's so interesting.
I want to meet this lady.
But she, like, Katie said at one point, like, she's trying to say something, and she'll be like, let me tell you this story, and she'll wait until everyone stops talking. She'll be like, guys, no, seriously, guys, okay, and once everyone's looking at her, then she tells her story.
That's so weird.
Philly has just left the room and also taken his shirt off.
If you just carry on for a second, I'm really warm, so I'm getting a damp towel from my head.
Interesting. Clooney is dampening himself. If any of you guys want to send us responses to any of the conversations that we're having, I'd just like to take this moment to plug our email. It's visitorparkingpodcast@gmail.com. You can send it. We do. You can send.
I've had a lot to do with sending his email up, clearly.
You can send any of your responses, any fan mail,
comment on YouTube,
cash donations.
MasterCard Pro, you know what to send that check.
Once again, I'd actually like to shout out our friend Mog, being our first YouTube commenter. Really appreciate that, Mog. Like the support.
His comment, we should actually talk about that. Because it was in reference to our opening theme song.
Our intro sound. We didn't mention we were going to get one going. Well, I don't think we're going to get a sound or a song.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can get a song.
Because his comment was to have one of our friends hand us sing a theme song. But we're not going to have a theme song, because that's not going to happen.
Well, we might do. As soon as we're big enough to license, like, Taylor Swift to write us one.
Oh, Tay-Tay.
Then we will.
What a
T-Swizzle.
Oh, shout out to Taylor Swift if she's listening. Oh my god, what a beaut.
Can you send me like a signed something? Can you just like take a picture for us?
Take a picture with the sign.
Oh my god, T-Swift, we fucking love you.
If Taylor Swift agrees to take a picture with the sign, we can make an exception from our one of us with the sign policy.
Yeah. Oh man!
Episode 4, Taylor Swift with the sign.
Taylor Swift is one of 10 listeners to our podcast. That's it.
Man, I'm pretty sure I checked it earlier and it was 106 views episode 2.
Man, if T Swift started liking our stuff, she all she has to do is one retweet of one of our
I think she's
tweets,
the most followed person on Instagram.
and we would just be the biggest thing on earth.
What we were thinking of doing is like spamming other people's comment sections on Instagram with like, oh, listen to my thing.
Let's just spam T Swift.
We could do it every day. Every picture she takes, we can spam.
Eventually, she'll listen to us.
We love you, Taylor. At Visitor Park. And then like constantly like mugging her off, going, "Oh, we love you so much. We mentioned you again this week. Please come and talk to us." We're like, oh, I remember me and David were talking about, because she's his dream lady, because she's also a giant and he's a giant, and she's probably
realistically they're almost a foot apart in height, but
she's my height.
She's 5'9.5". I looked it up the other day.
My height.
Oh, he clearly was just pointing behind me, and I was like, "What?" Turns out I have
a picture of
Taylor Swift. It's not a creepy.
It is a full-length poster of her. It is digitally enhanced to make her look naked, but really she's not, and it's really, really weird. I'll take a picture of it and put it on the Instagram just to prove my point before he tries to say that it's not.
Clearly cannot take that picture because, in fact, it does not exist. That picture never happened. Does not exist. I've never seen anything like that. It's just a picture of her album.
Hang on. Don't say you've never seen the picture of that, because if you have not googled Taylor Swift naked, you're a full gay and liar.
I have not, because I know that T Swift is a classy mom, and she would never do that.
She is a classy bird.
Just like Emma Watson. Like, there's no Emma Watson nudes anywhere. Because Emma Watson is a classy lady.
Stop sucking her off, man. You wish.
Shout out to Emma Watson if you're listening.
Well, we've done nothing but shouting on this.
This episode is the shout out to Alan is a fucking rapist.
No, we should name it Shout Out to Taylor Swift and Emma Watson, and we get so many views from people googling Emma Watson and Taylor Swift.
And we made the cover photo of the picture of my poster of her. That I do not have.
It'll be a picture of us with the sign and cuddling that poster of Taylor Swift. Amazing idea.
So you recently booked a tattoo appointment. 7 days time, I believe.
Hang on. What actually happened was, I was booking a tattoo soon. So my friend has to get a tattoo topped up, and I want to get a new tattoo, so we're going to do it together. Quality idea. Then Jake won that money last week, which came less than an hour ago.
Yeah, just arrived.
A check was slid under his door. He walked in the door, stood on it, so there's a footprint on the layer. But check all the same amount of cash money. Yeah,
there is a footprint on the letter.
I know, we can put that picture up as well. Man, we such dirt Instagram pictures. It's just a letter with a footprint. Well, we mentioned something else. We'll take a picture of the napkin as well, actually. That's actually a good one, the napkin. The napkin, we have a little napkin in front of us with some stuff that we wanted to talk about, like a little guide, because I can't remember stuff enough, so I need it written down in front of me so I don't forget. I actually forgot about this tattoo one. But so Jake just got his money, and my mentality and Jake's money are very different.
Yeah, we have very different ways to handle money.
If you were given Jake €500 at the start of the month and me €500, Jake will space that €500 out over 30 days and have a very nice, comfortable month. I would spend €500 within the first 4 days and be eating like snails for a week.
Snails found in your garden and like bits of grass. Yeah. And hoping that restaurants throw out food.
Yeah, or just not eating. I've done that before. Just not eat for like a week, but have some nice new clothes or something.
That is so insane to me.
I know, yeah.
And I was giving out to Clooney about his money spending just like half an hour ago.
Because what happened was, in the next day, I need €190. I currently do not have €190, but I need it in the next day. And Jake was like, oh, how are you going to get it? And I was like, I don't know, I already paid for that tattoo that I have booked for next week. And he was like, yes, can you get that money back? I was like, no. And he's like, where is it? My friend's just minding it for me so I don't spend it. But I could 100% get that money back and be comfortable for the rest of the month. But I wouldn't have a tattoo then. Well, I don't have one, but I wouldn't have a new tattoo then. And Jake is so annoyed by this. And him and our other friend Connor.
Shout out to me, Artie.
The word on the street is they're talking about me behind my back, saying that I'm mental and that they need to help me.
It's not even word on the street, I confirmed it.
Yeah, he just told me a minute ago.
We give out because you're spending all your money and you're looking for Clooney's looking for a second job, which makes no sense. And just because we're trying to save up for a trip to London and Clooney will have no money to do so.
No, I will, because I can still take out that money from the AB. That's what I plan on doing. So I plan on working full time for.
We talk about money quite a bit.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have good money going to London. A lot to set us up.
Nice.
We're definitely sorted for that. So don't be worried about
what I really worry about is that you're spending money you don't have at the moment.
Yes.
Because we were just in the shop and we were buying biscuits. Because I don't know if we mentioned it, but our podcast setup today is extra cute. We had a bowl of pears, a couple of biscuits, we had our jars of water, we had our coffee. It was just real cute. Anyway, so we were buying these biscuits and Clooney was like, oh, I got it, throw on the card. And it went through and he was like, yeah, I'm 150 on the card, that's no problem.
Telling people my money situation here. We'll beep how much money I have there.
Okay, we'll beep it. Right, so he has beep and he was like, yeah, and I need to spend beep plus 40 amount of money in the next couple days. And he was just like, yeah, but biscuits, I'll buy biscuits. Like, that makes no sense to me. Clooney's literally like, I don't mind if you spend all your money on your dirt poor. If you spend all your money, then spend that again. That makes no sense because you can't make money out of your arse. You can live with no money.
You absolutely can make money out of my arse called being on rent by.
Okay, you can't make money out of your left leg, like.
Nah, you can do some weird rent by shit. You should just jack a guy off and be like.
So everyone, please, it's visitorparkingpodcast@gmail.com, and I want you to send Clooney specifically. I want you to send him abuse about how he does not spend his money well and how he's going to be living off the street.
Oh, because the way I look at it now is, I make very little money, so I'm just gonna spend that and just have fun for the next while. And then, because we're gonna be working a hell of a lot in the summer. Because we're going to have to do some good hours. I could possibly have 2 jobs started for summer as well.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
Billy Beans.
Two full-time good hours, good money jobs potentially.
Nice one.
So we could be making good money in the summer, but we're not going to do anything. I'm planning on not spending any of this shit. I'm going to spend all my money.
You're going to spend all of it.
No, do you know what I would like to know? I might give you half my wages every week.
Just put them away, so you have no access to them.
Yeah,
that's a really good idea.
That's a really good idea for London money. I think I might do that.
I'll put it straight into a savings in my bank, and then you'll be like, oh Jake, spot. I'll be like, no,
yeah,
you spent it.
I remember my mother and father telling me when they bought their first house, my mother had to do that. She'd give all the money to my father, and then he'd put it all away, and the two of them would just not spend any money. And my mother used to be like, giving out to my father, like, you're fucking taking all my money. And she'd be like hating on him and everything, and then they just got a house and they're laughing.
Nice. I would like to actually hear, like I was kind of joking earlier about the email, but do send me, say if you came into money 500 quid. How would you blow it? What would you blow it on? I'd be interested to know what our views. So comment it down below, or else send us an email. I want to hear the kind of shit that you guys would just blast 500 to 1,000 quid on, and I'll read the best ones out next week.
1,000 quid. What do you spend on? What do you do? You have a month.
I was about to make a joke about like making it last or whatever, but I'd absolutely blow it on.
You wouldn't. You're a bag of shit.
No, I would 100% would.
No, right. How much would you blow and how much would you keep for your month?
200 quid for the month.
200 quid for the month, right?
But I'd be.
Which is a lie. You would keep 400 quid for the month.
I'd be tattooed up. I'd be full night out, like 5 or 6 solid squad. I'm buying all the drinks, buying us all in. Everything's included. My money. You're absolutely getting in that. Me, you, Moon, Paddy O'Donnell, a few of the boys, just small squad, all go out, drinks on me, table booked in the nightclub, bottle of vodka out, absolute sloshed, classy style. That's like 500 quid gone. Like just absolutely below 500 quid on that.
Solid night. And
then trip abroad to Amsterdam for like a couple nights, just for the crack. That's 1,000 quid that easily.
Yeah, easy. What would I spend 1,000? Actually, when I say this, what would I spend 1,000 quid? I actually have a note on my phone of money that I've already
that you would like to spend.
That I spend in my head, and I like take it off as I do shit. So I would just buy clothes and 3 tattoos. I have down specific what clothes I'm buying, how much each one of them costs, at least.
You're all about like experiences and blah, 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 but you're buying clothes, man. Why would you spend 2,000 quid on clothes?
Because
tattoos and experiences beat clothes every day.
Yeah, probably.
But I'd be interested to hear. I think we're talking about money too much, but I do want to hear what people are spending money on. So send that on. Comments below, emails, shoot them my way.
We'll get off the money.
I think we're almost out of stuff to talk about, and we've been talking for 56 minutes.
56 minutes already?
Yeah, it actually flew in.
That actually flew in.
I could easily do another hour.
Yeah, same. I hope the last 20 minutes weren't all just cash money talk. Fuck it. No, we didn't even. See, I usually guess how long we're going on by how much biscuits are eating. But we have a lot of biscuits left.
Yeah. Do you want to do a 2.5, 3.5?
What time is it?
Time of day?
Yeah.
It's 10:26 p.m. on the 16th of February.
Well, that's quite. I don't think it couldn't be 57. It must be 36 minutes in there.
56, bro.
Fuck.
Our audience members know they had to listen to 56 minutes of our show.
Yeah, to be fair, they've all found out now.
Yeah, there's no one left. Not even Moon, not even Coiler. No one's listening to us now. They were like, fuck, they're talking about money. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
And they've seen that there's only like 3 minutes left in the video or something, so.
Or.
Let's predict it. There's 2 minutes and 18 seconds left in the video now.
No, check how long is it? No. Yes, we'll just finish it now in a minute. I could do a drip on my drip on.
Alright, so that's it for this episode. Don't forget to comment below.
We have to do
all that stuff.
If we're going to do 3.5, we have to do something really weird.
Oh, we might think of something weird. If they see a 3.5, they see a 3.5, man.
Right,
but for now, I need a piss, so let's cut this.
How do you need a piss every episode?
I need to
take a piss beforehand.
I did.
You're so oily. You just drink so much water. You're just moist all the time. You're like a fucking whore.
Yeah, I don't think whores are moist. I think they have to lube up because they're just dried out.
No, that's prostitutes. I mean, just like general loves dick ladies. Like.
Oh, sleuths.
Oh, speaking of sleuths, we like this. We can drag.
Yeah, go on.
Oh yeah.
I want to hear this. Speaking of sleuths,
I started watching Blue Mountain State again last night. I watched for 4 episodes last night. It's the funniest thing.
I need to get back into that.
Tad Castle is the funniest man I've ever met in my entire life. Never met him, but it's amazing. And like all them episodes you remember, I'm like, because I spread it over 3 seasons. I'm like, it's probably be a few I won't remember. First 3 episodes are always like the one with the pocket pussy, the one with the Oreo up the arse. Amazing ones. The one where they kill the goat.
It's so like I've never watched the show, and by the sounds of it, it's like American Pie style, but a bit better and in episode form.
Yeah, it's more. It's kind of more vulgar and more makes no sense. Like it's not meant to be a realistic show. It's like I want to say it's about a football team. They find out there's going to be a drugs test next week, and they all like shove tubes up their dick, and drain out their urine and pump in clean urine because they're all on rides. But they spread this out over 25 minutes and it's fucking hilarious. Like, that's unrealistic, but the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the first, I think it's the first episode of the third season. So the second lead character, the fella called Tad, he's the big linebacker. He's 100% insane.
Okay.
He's like the best linebacker in the country for first season and second season. After second season, he's going to go to the NFL. They lose this big, like the big fucking bowl game at the end of the second season.
Yeah.
And then he's going to go to the NFL.
Spoilers.
Yeah. Oh, spoilers. But so he goes. This whole thing is spoilers, right? But he goes absolutely mental. He goes like. Walks into the hotel room after just going like cocaine, and he gets put onto this boat with a load of cocaine and bitches, and he's just snorting coke, fucking bitches, and he wakes up on in fucking Florida or something on a boat covered in cocaine, condom on his face, and like the FBI coming on getting him, and he's a boat full of drugs and shit like that, and he like gets arrested so he doesn't get drafted to the NFL, so he comes back for last year of college.
Nice.
And so what I was thinking now. Realistic, that's how I spend my 1,000 quid would be 1,000 quid worth of cocaine.
You just wake up on a boat.
Actually, I spent like 950 quid on cocaine and 50 quid in a hotel room so I can have some private time alone with my cocaine. Amazing.
A young Irish man was found.
Young Irish podcaster, come on man, we're professionals now. We're going to get paid by VoiceCore Pro eventually.
A young Irish podcaster was found dead in his hotel room this morning, surrounded by mountains, literal mountains of cocaine.
I'd be just pulling it up and snorting the tip, and pulling it up and snorting the tip, and just do that until I die. That's how I want to go out.
No, man.
We're in a drug-fueled sex orgy.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Can I come?
Man, you're the only one there.
We're calling it an orgy. We're organising it. This orgy is just me and you.
Oh no, turn up to our orgy. We got all this cocaine and condoms and lube, man.
And on that note, that was episode 3 of Mr. Parking.
That'd be a good name. We've got all this cocaine for all the condoms and lube.
Tune in next time. Anything you want to say before I sign us off?
Nah, I'm good.
Alright.
Down for listening. Anyone that is
Thanks,
listening.
guys.
See you next week.
You're the best.
Good.